Hey, welcome. You're in another video task of mine. I'm going to be reviewing two poems called Making a Face in Two Countries by the same author, Naomi Shihab. And shall we get to it then? Now, let's start with the first question. Who is the speaker in these two poems and what happens to the speaker? Now, in my opinion, the speaker is most likely Naomi Shihabni herself, or at least someone who shares an identical experience to her. Now, in Making a Fist, the speaker remembers being very sick during a road trip when she was young and asking her parents, "How do you know if you're going to die?" Maybe this was her past memory. She's gone on a road trip before as a kid, and she felt really sick during that road trip, and she asked her parents a question like that, like, "When are you going to die?" Like with this immense pain. Now, let's get to the second part. In two countries, the speaker reflects on feeling lonely before finding love and emotional connection with another person. Maybe she felt lonely at one part of her life and she found someone that changed it all, like living in another country. Now, let's get to the second part. Tone. What is the tone of this poem? Is there any, in fact? Like, is there any twist? Now, the tone for Making a Fist begins with fear, the speaker believing she might die in the line, "I felt the life sliding out of me," which later changes to hope and reflection when she says, "I who did not die, who am still living." Reflecting that, you know, even though you feel like you were going to die or you felt like you were really struggling, at some point in the future, you'll be okay and everything will be okay. Now, in two countries, the tone moves from loneliness to hope as the speaker realizes that love means you breathe in two countries, basically saying that meeting someone you love is like exploring a whole new country, and being with them is like being in two countries. Now, let's go to the next segment, figure of speech and imagery. Now, for the figure of speech, Naomi Shihab actually uses several figures of speech, such as metaphor and personification. In Making a Fish, she compares pain to a melon split wide inside my skin, and life to a drum in the desert. Now, for two countries, she gives human-like qualities by writing "skin remembers," basically saying that our skin can remember, like us humans do in our brains, that we can remember certain feelings and certain memories. Now, and she also uses the metaphor "love means you breathe in two countries" to describe an emotional connection that I just mentioned before. Now, is there any imagery? Yes, definitely. Both of these poems contain strong imagery, helping readers picture the speaker's emotions in these poems. In Making a Fist, the speaker describes watching palm trees swirl and her stomach as a melon split wide, creating vivid images of motion sickness or perhaps a stomachache during her road trip. So, watching a palm tree swirl, maybe she saw some palm trees along the road and when she was very sick during that road trip. Now, for two countries, there are images that are like a great tunnel of singleness and a feather lost from the tail of a bird. This helps the readers like us imagine the loneliness and isolation she felt during that time. Okay, let's go to the next segment. Themes. What is the theme of this poem? The theme of Making a Fist is a survival, courage, and going through difficult times. This poem shows that fear is just a part of life, but people continue to moving forward despite that. Now, for the theme of two countries is loneliness, love, and human connection. It explains that love can help heal us emotionally, and it reminds us that how meaningful relationships are in life. It makes us much more filled, it makes life so much more fulfilling. Now, for the next segment, it is going to be my analysis. Both of these poems explore a personal experience and emotional growth of the author herself, and she wants to share that with other people. In Making a Fist, it is mainly about a physical illness and the fear of death, while in Two Countries, it is about emotional loneliness and love. Although they discuss different experiences, both of these poems end with hope. Naomi tries to show us that people can overcome fear and loneliness through resilience, healing, and connection with other people. It tells us that, you know, despite everything that's going wrong right now, just that everything will be alright in the future. Everything will work out. And for the ideology of this poet, in my opinion, Naomi Shihab basically tells us that life is just bound to be difficult, but with hope and human connections, it helps people overcome these challenges in life. Such as like in Making a Fist, she values determination. Even when life feels uncertain and hard, she can still pull through and make it out alive. Now, for Two Countries, she tells us the importance of love and understanding. Together, these poems show that her belief that compassion, resilience, and relationships give life much more meaning and much more fulfilling. Despite fear or loneliness, life can still be good. That's all I have to present for today. Thank you all for listening in. That's my presentation. Goodbye.